Welcome to The Direct Line, the official podcast for OADSP. We're excited to have you here with us today, and if you have comments, suggestions, or if you want to join us in studio as a guest, reach out to me at podcast@oadsp.org. My name is David Rustio, and today I'm speaking with Angela. Welcome to the show, Angela.
Good morning.
How are you?
I am good.
So, Angela, tell us a little bit about yourself. Not what you do at work, but just any hobbies or things that you like to do, or about your family. I don't care.
Well, I have 4 kids, and honestly, they keep me very busy, especially in the evenings.
Sure.
2 of them are in high school and another one in middle school, and then a 5-year-old. So they're very busy with sports. So honestly, I would have to say my hobbies right now is watching my kids during sporting events.
That's all you get done?
Yes.
Are you soccer mom like? Just load up the van and go.
Yeah, that's what I feel like our evenings are like. But no, I enjoy taking walks with my husband and family, hanging out with families when we can, and sitting down and watching a good movie with the family is some of the things that I enjoy doing.
Are you a good cook?
I can cook. I would probably definitely say my husband's a better cook than I am.
What does he cook that's really good?
Oh gosh. He's great at cooking stuff on the Blackstone. Loves grilling. Pretty much everything and anything.
Anything and everything. He doesn't have any secret recipes that you want to share?
He makes a great baked ziti.
A big what?
Baked ziti. Kind of like a lasagna in a way.
Oh, baked ziti. Okay.
Yes.
I love any kind of noodle with any kind of sauce. And
Yes.
And I like it baked because there's cheese usually.
Yes. And I don't know if you've had stromboli, but that's probably one of my favorite things to make.
Okay. All right. What do you do for a living?
I work here at Capabilities, and I manage our community consultants. So kind of what that is I have a few clubs in our Auglaize, Mercer, Shelby County area, and then I have also a couple of clubs up in our Lima area.
Okay.
And then I manage what we call a small group at our Capabilities office.
Okay. And so define some of those terms you used.
So our community clubs. Mm-hmm. So what that is I have staff that takes up to 4 individuals out in the community.
Okay.
Our goal is to integrate them in the community.
Sure.
It's community based, so they don't come back to a building.
Mm-hmm.
Our goal for them is to assist them with volunteering opportunities, get them involved in recreational things that they want to do. Pretty much anything that our individuals want to do or desire to do, we try to make that happen within our clubs. Some of them have a desire to have community employment, so them volunteering in the community, we can kind of help build those skills that they may need to eventually get community employment. Some individuals don't have that desire, but they love just giving back to the community and being a part of the community. A big thing that we focus on is them teaching them and showing them how to build relationships with others in the community. And I have to say it is pretty awesome when they go places in the community. And some places they do regularly go, so they have built different relationships with maybe the librarian at the library or, the receptionist at the YMCA. So, certain places like that, when they go in there, they know them by name.
Right.
And they say hello to them, and our individuals, know them by name as well. So it's just kind of helping them build those confidence and skills that they need to, be a part of their community.
Right. I love that you call them clubs, community clubs.
Yeah.
That's a
that's a term I've not heard from any place else, and I think that's so fitting. I just love it.
Yeah. And with our clubs, it gives them a great opportunity to get to know and become better friends with, others in their club. And, just like I said, they build relationships with others in the community, but sometimes those relationships turn into friendships.
So it's all community based. So when they get picked up, or they picked up from home and then go, they don't ever go to a building.
Nope. What happens is that when my staff leaves our building in the morning, obviously they'll take one of our capabilities vehicles. They'll pick up, whoever is in their group that day from their house. And once they have everyone picked up, they go straight into the community. They may start their day at a coffee shop and, get coffee in the morning, or, right now, a lot of them like the hot chocolate.
Yep, somebody raised their hands.
And then, their next stop, they may go somewhere in the community to volunteer. Probably some of the places that our groups volunteer might be churches. Agape, where they help maybe in a food pantry, or have groups that help prepare a meal that a church may provide in the evening.
Okay.
And then, a lot of places that they volunteer, they eat their lunch there. And then the afternoon, they might spend it doing some kind of recreational activity that they want to do. It may be, going bowling. It may be, going to a fair in the summertime. It may be doing, some kind of activity at the library that they have going on, whether it's a book club or, community craft that they have going on. Just pretty much anything that the community is offering, we try to get them involved in. Anything that our members desire to do, we try to make that happen. Our consultants and their club that they're with, a big part of what they do throughout the week is they create what we call this weekly calendar. So they get a plan from week to week, what they want to do, and they set this calendar up.
So they're doing it.
Yes.
That's
they
wonderful.
are all a part of what they do from day to day and week to week.
Yeah, that's pretty incredible.
It is.
So what is the one of the things that you've seen one of your groups do that just kind of stands out as pretty remarkable? That's a tough question.
Gosh, there's a lot of things.
We don't have all day.
Gosh, one thing that, just pops in my head is, any community event that they see that's coming up, the groups love reaching out to that business that might be doing the event and just touching base with them, asking, what ways can they help with it. So, maybe it's...
So they're pushing to volunteer.
They are. I'm thinking of Easter coming up. There's always tons of, Easter egg hunts that the community puts on. So, last year I had a group that reached out to the Minster YMCA because they were doing an Easter egg hunt, and, they were able to go in there ahead of time and work with, the folks at the YMCA and help them fill the Easter egg hunts for Easter eggs for their hunt. And that's kind of what we strive to do. So just like if there's the church in St. Mary's puts on a community meal, they go there from week to week, and, they work with the other volunteers from the church in preparing the food for that evening.
Right.
So pretty much everything and anything. I've had a couple of groups that, put on different dances, but they marketed it, for the entire community to be involved. So with preparing with that, they got to prepare the decorations. They got to, figure out what they were doing for drinks and snacks. They They made the flyers, and then they took the flyers around. They actually got in touch with a local radio station, and they got to market it over the radio. So, I mean, you know, each event is different with what they do and how they go about doing it. But they're a part of the entire process, which is really cool. Sounds like a fantastic program and that you have fun doing it. Yes. So before we wrap up, is there anybody you want to send a shout out to? Gosh, I probably could do a shout out for several of my staff, but I'm going to give a shout out to, I recently have gotten an assistant manager. Her name is Renee Donati. And it has made a world of difference just because she's just very supportive to all of my staff. I feel like even our training process, having her be involved, I feel like our training is so much better. And then just working with staff of, you know, how we can always continue to make our services better. Sure. You know, a big focus is the calendars that our staff do from week to week. And what a great big part she plays in helping them, you know, striving for always, you know, what's something different that we can do for them? You know, how can we make going to this place more meaningful for our members? So that's Renee, right? Yes, Renee. Thank you, Renee. You're doing a great job. Your boss just shouted out to you. But I have, you know, I can think of Melissa Kresh. She's one of my Lima consultants. She's been here for several years, and I have to say she's amazing. Anytime I have, you know, a new Lima staff come on board, she is awesome with helping train them. You know, she's built a lot of great relationships in the Lima area with different businesses, and, you know, she has been awesome with, you know, giving different ideas to our Lima staff. She's knows all of our members very well, so she's very good at giving tips and tricks to our new people. And, sure, you know, she's a big part of that training process as well. Wonderful. Well, there you go. You got 2 shout outs. Thank you, folks, for all the work that you do. And thank you for being here in the show today. Thank you. I appreciate your time, and talk again. Perfect. Bye-bye. Thank you.
We'll be right back. A structured education with intentional goals has long been viewed as essential to human progress and development. It helps people grow into the best versions of themselves and readies them to contribute positively to and for the common good. Education doesn't merely help build and improve students' skills, it also assists in the expansion of their characters and in their ability to help society fully recognize the dignity of all people. At DSPU, we share those same goals. We help educational systems nurture their students' characters and develop their knowledge and skill sets for entering the workforce as direct support professionals, ready to support individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities. Through DSPU, students are placed on a track of development that helps equip them for whatever long-term goals they may have, including careers in fields as diverse as healthcare, therapies, education, and many other essential professions. DSPU offers vocational vision and can inspire passion in students who are searching for a way to make a positive contribution to and for the common good. I'm Becky Watson, Director of Engagement at OADSP. Contact me at bwatson@oadsp.org to discuss the benefits of onboarding DSPU's fully developed program.
And now back to the show.
And today I'm speaking with Valerie. Welcome to the show, Valerie.
Thank you for having me.
Hey, Valerie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
So I am born and raised Southern Ohio.
Okay, I'm sorry.
And just really close to my family down there. Went to Shawnee State University and have just always just loved staying in Southern Ohio.
Okay. What'd you study?
I studied psychology.
Fun, I think.
Yes.
So you're not psychoanalyzing me?
No, you're safe.
Okay. A safe space.
Safe space, that's right.
So what do you enjoy doing? What makes your life fun?
I'm a reader. I like to travel. My favorite place recently to go to has been Charleston.
South Carolina?
Yes.
It's beautiful.
Yes. And really like history, and that is a great place for that, going on the history tours or the ghost tours.
Sure.
That's really fun. And the food down there is great. And I love to eat and bake and cook. So
Okay.
it's perfect all the way around.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
Oh, anything Italian, like pastas, lasagnas, anything like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've got me there, 'cause, I'm a pasta.
Yes.
I'm a baked spaghetti, baked pasta.
It's the perfect food.
It is. My waistline doesn't like it so much, but
No one's does.
it tastes incredible. So what else do you do for fun?
I am, that's probably my big three things: reading, traveling, and baking or cooking.
Do you have a favorite writer?
No.
Okay. All right. So you've never read my books, which is fine. No one has. What kind of books do you like to read, though?
I am big on, well, my favorite books are actually cookbooks, but that's besides the point. I've
Okay.
been reading older cookbooks about the building blocks of understanding how to bake and cook. So
Okay.
you can actually understand how the breads work and the pastas work. And
So you're a nerd.
a little bit, yeah.
Okay.
A little bit, yeah.
That's okay. I mean, I can cook, but it's whatever's in my refrigerator just goes in
Right.
and gets baked.
And that's all right too.
Yeah, it is. So what do you do for a living?
I am the administration manager at Capabilities.
And what on earth does that mean?
Great question. No, I am over a couple different departments that I like to say keep everyone who's out in the field running on the back end. So
Okay.
my team is involved with accounting, with payroll, with HR, and with IT.
Okay, so
So-
people like you because you get them paid.
They love my part of the team that does that. Yes, the girls on that team are very popular.
Of course, and why wouldn't they be, right?
That's right. Everyone's nice to them, as it should be.
So sounds like a lot.
It can be.
All right, so
Mm-hmm.
talk about the workload.
So Capabilities has pretty consistently in the last year or so been over 200 plus employees. So on an IT side of it, that can be a lot.
Sure.
Especially with we're in 12 different offices, and so you're troubleshooting not just out of the office the IT person is, but how can we fix that problem when they're 2.5 hours away from us, right?
Sure.
So that can be pretty challenging in itself. That's probably the biggest thing with IT. Accounting and payroll, we service a lot of people. We get to assist a lot of people, and which is great. There is a lot of paperwork that goes into that, though. So we got to make sure that
There
everyone's
is.
paperwork is where it needs to be. That can be challenging too. And then with HR, I think anyone in the DSP land knows that it's hiring is not always easy.
Right.
So that is always a challenge, and that's everyone in human services. It's not just us.
Sure.
but-
Sure. So what makes it so challenging to hire? I mean, some folks listening know, but some don't.
I think that it can be quite taxing when you are in human services and you have to give so much of yourself to other people. And I think sometimes people don't realize what they're getting into with that, and it may be not be the right fit for them, and that's okay.
Right.
Human services isn't for everyone, and that's all right. Or it might be a stepping stool for someone, right? So they may come in and work for us as a job coach while they're finishing their college degree and move on to whatever their big goal was, and we get them for a little bit, and that's okay too.
Sure.
We want to see people go in the place that's the right fit for them.
Sure. Any challenges to finding the right kind of employee?
I think that it is about making sure that they're going to be the right personality to work with people, I think is the biggest thing.
How do you come to that? How do you try to figure that out?
Ask a lot of interview questions. Try and get them talking as much as possible. So
it's not like other businesses, and nobody in human services would do, but it's not like you can just have a pulse and get a job.
Well, you can do that, but you're going to end up replacing them pretty quickly again,
Sure.
unfortunately. So the process that we have is we do a phone screen. It's like a phone interview.
Sure.
And it's that first kind of spot of, okay, let's get to know this person just a little bit to make sure they're going to fit. They're what we need. They understand the expectations of the job, because we don't want anyone to come in and be like, oh, this is not what I want. We don't want anyone to do that to themselves either. So we do that phone screen and make sure that, okay, they're aligning with what we need, what this office needs, what that position needs. And then we move them on to the interview, and then we let the manager and assistant manager kind of make that decision from there to see if they'd be the right fit for the team.
And what are they looking for?
I think that flexibility,
Okay.
willing to work with change.
Sure.
Those are two big things in this field, especially.
Sure.
But I think those are two big things. And then I think the biggest thing is just wanting to be part of the team. You know, we are consistently looking across and saying, how can we add to this team? How do you make the team itself stronger?
Right.
So we can keep doing what we're doing and go make positive changes out for people who are trying to get their first job or learn how to drive or, you know, whatever it is.
So what's the most fun that you have at work? I'm pretty easygoing. So I try and make sure that no matter what we're doing, there's something to smile or laugh about in it. Because like in accounting, like there are a lot of numbers. I was a psych major, like I said, so that was a new switch for me. So it's like, how can we make it so we do not hate this meeting right now? Because it is all about How do
numbers.
we make accounting fun?
How do we make accounting fun? So I just try and keep everyone as positive as I can going through it, or making them giggle or whatever I can, because the days can be long.
Well, sure. What is the challenge in like the finance department? I mean, what do you run up against that you really have to think through or fight through? Is it funding? Is it?
I think that we want to make sure that we want to make sure that what we send out as far as billing is really to a certain standard.
Okay.
So it's not just about pushing paper to get paid for us. We really want to make sure that any of the funding sources that we are working with understands the quality of work we went into it.
Oh, okay.
That is something that I think we do a pretty good job of.
Okay.
I think we do a really good job of it. But that is probably the most difficult part of what we are doing on the back end. Anyone in admin is trying to make sure that it's not just okay. Like we're really making sure, like if someone we're spot on. We really want. I always used to tell the coaches or the job developers, whoever I was training, that I want the counselors, the funding sources, whoever it is, to see the work that I know you're putting in it. And if you don't write that in detail, they're going to miss all those great things you're doing with that person. They're not going to know it unless you write it down. So I need you to make sure you're being detailed so that person knows what you put in to the employee, so they know what they were able to go do.
And that's tough.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Written documentation or even just describing your day.
Oh, yeah.
It's not a piece of cake to do.
No.
So how do you help people that struggle with that?
We are super fortunate in our admin department that we are supported by our caseload facilitators. So those are the individuals that are usually in the local offices, and they're the first person that read that billing.
Okay.
So they are able to work one-on-one with the JD, the JC, whoever it is.
Sure.
And kind of walk through like, hey, can you give me more of this? Can you give me more of that? Can you describe more of what this is happening? So they do
a quality review.
Yes.
Before it goes.
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely. And then so by the time it gets to us, we're looking to make sure it has what it needs into, but then we're able to focus on making sure that we are billing correctly. We do not want to overcharge. Well, we don't want to undercharge either.
Right.
We want it to be spot on. So
do you, I mean, different places do it different ways. Do you use an electronic system or is it a paper system or?
we use an online database for all of our billing.
Okay.
All of our timesheets, everything are all on this one database. We switched over to it maybe 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
And it has been really great because it's an all-in-one system.
Okay.
So
What's the name?
It's called Setworks.
Setworks. Okay,
Yes.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
So, it would have been helpful for me to drop that name earlier.
It's okay.
But it is an online database. So everything that they do, whether it's a little bit of time in the office, grabbing the car keys, checking their emails, whatever, in the morning, or actually going out, everything is in that one system, and it calculates it for them. So that's been really great.
Sure. So no matter where you're working, because you're in a lot of counties in Ohio.
Absolutely, yes.
So it brings everybody together.
Absolutely, yeah. And we're really fortunate. A couple of years ago, we switched to tablets with data for our people going out and about. So our coaches, our developers, our community club consultants, they can be updating their documentation as they go, and they don't have to worry about, do I have Wi-Fi right now? Is it going to save? Is it going to sync? You don't have to worry about that because it does it immediately. It's really nice.
Yes, and that's important. And anybody in this field knows you didn't do it if it's not documented.
That's right.
And if it's not documented right, they're not paying us.
That's it. That's also right. Very true.
Which is scary sometimes.
Absolutely. Yep.
So, I hear that you started working here in 6th grade. And
that's the rumor going around.
That's the rumor. And you've never left.
That's right.
You're kind of a lifer.
That's true.
So talk to us about that.
So I have worked at Capabilities for the majority of my adult career. Unlike that rumor, that was 6th grade.
Okay.
I graduated college in 2013, and I worked briefly at another location doing vocational rehab, and I loved it. Unfortunately, that place wasn't going to keep that program, so I was able to find Capability so I could keep helping people find jobs. I thought that was the most amazing thing when I kind of stumbled upon it in my first job. So then I got to start with Capabilities, and that was in 2016, I think, and 15 or 16. And from there, it's just been great. I've had the opportunity to do a lot of different things within Capabilities, and I love that. I love being on my toes and love doing different things. So I started as a job developer out of our Circleville office, Southern Ohio. And had the opportunity to work in even more Southern Ohio out of our Wheelersburg office and our Circleville office, training our new job developers and our new coaches after that. Okay. And then I had the opportunity to be the branch manager when they opened the Athens office in 2018. Okay. More Southern Ohio. Sure. And that was a super great experience. I got to kind of work with the great individuals we were able to hire to provide services in that area, and it was really great. I felt like we got to really bring something a little bit different to that they hadn't seen in that area before, as far as kind of how we do job development and job coaching. Okay. So that was really exciting. And then that morphed into a couple years later, into me working and contracts and grants and proposals, trying to find new funding sources so we can keep working and keep doing new things. Sure. One of the cool things that started while I was in Athens was we primarily work with opportunities for Ohioans with disabilities or the local county boards. That's our two big partners. Sure. But while I was in Athens, we started working with the local job and family services, and we were able to kind of help the individuals they were serving. Okay. And then in my role after I left Athens, I started trying to help the managers across our company contact their local job and family services so we can continue to do the same thing. Right. And that was really great. That was something I was very passionate about. I think it's something that we're still doing, and it is really exciting. And then that morphed into where I am now, which is the administration manager. So I've had a very cool experience so far. I've been very, very blessed with all the opportunities I've had here. It's been awesome. So next step, President of the United States? No, I don't have any interest in that. I'd rather stay in human services for sure. That seems like it's terribly stressful, but lifer is the right word. Right. Capabilities started as a family business. It's still very much a family business. And I just can't imagine working for a not family business this far in.
Right.
Because you get spoiled, right?
Well, sure.
But I am a lifer, so I'm a manager right now, and I want to keep growing in the company. I want to go into leadership and just keep doing whatever I can do to help wherever is needed in the company.
And this
That's
is a
always
big
been my
enough
thing.
company. There's still
Oh
places
yeah,
to-
absolutely.
to
Yeah, for sure. That is something that we are very proud to tell people when in the hiring process, if they are looking for growth. Oh yeah, we can.
There's lots of growth.
There's a lot of growth opportunities with us always, and we're very proud of that too.
What would you say to somebody that is thinking about, joining an organization like yours? They're out in a different job, but what's your sales pitch?
I don't think there's anything more rewarding, even if you're on the administration side. I haven't provided services in a couple of years, but there's something so rewarding in either being there to see those successes
Right.
from someone, getting their first job, getting their driver's license. For our clubs, the success of their fundraisers, whatever is happening in whatever
Sure.
department, seeing that success and seeing that excitement out of someone, I think is pretty hard to beat.
Okay.
That is something that is great. And my team doesn't get to usually see that in person,
Sure.
but we get to hear about it.
Right.
And so that excitement is contagious, even if you're not out in the field.
Right. Well, thank you. It's been fun.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm glad to meet a lifer. And what you share is great news for people that want to know about capability. So
thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Have a great day.
Thanks for listening, and join us next time on The Direct Line.